Hello and welcome back. I guess to another one. Doing another one. I made a this is actually technically the third one I've done. I made another one. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before. I don't remember, but I think it was after the Miles Garrett contract. And then I did the same thing I did last time. I recorded it without an image, and then I was trying to edit it, and it was being weird. And then by later that night, I had like talked about DK getting maybe traded, and then he got traded. So I was like, well, this is out of date now. I'm just not gonna worry about it. But now it's 11:40 a.m. on March 11th. We're in day 2 of free agency now, and the Packers have made these two signings, as you can see on the screen, with Nate Hobbs and Aaron Banks. And I'm thinking on whether like is this enough? Enough like does this keep us in serious contention? I mean, keep us in, like I don't know if we were in serious contention last year, but I think we were kind of on pace, right? Like I remember last season, 2023 to 2024, I remember after we lost in the playoffs, I was like, listen, if next year happens and it goes whatever, we win, I don't know, maybe 10, 11, 12 games and then lose in the first round of the playoffs, I'm not crazy upset in the long term, as long as like next year we do something for real, right? So now we're in that situation, right, where we are 2 years down the line from that point, and now I feel like we have to do something real, right? I have an expectation that we go further than the wild card round. And there's two worlds, right? I'm going to talk in the world right now that this is probably, and this is the likely world, I think, that this is probably most of it. Maybe we get another value free agent signing or two, maybe a small guy here or there, but I think that's probably going to be it. Is Aaron Banks and Nate Hobbs, and let's assume we go to the draft an edge rusher in the first round, probably. Because I got to imagine we have to upgrade it. If not, to have a guy sit behind, like to put a guy right on Van Ness's heels, you know? Right, like hey, Lucas, it's do or die this year. It's do or die for LVN anyway. We knew. I know that, or I feel like I know that. Maybe I don't know that, and it's not. But it truly feels like it's do or die for LVN, and maybe putting, I don't know, Shamar Stewart behind him could be helpful. I don't know a lot about the draft or a lot about the college prospects. I just kind of watch mocks and try to get a good idea. So if you watch college football and then hear the thing I'm saying and go, that'd be kind of stupid, I'm sure it would be. You know more than me. I promise. I don't pay attention. Um, but yeah, I think in the world that that this is mostly it, and that the team roughly looks like this, along with whatever draft we do, that I'm worried. 'Cause I think that's probably not enough. I think that you're hoping that guys make jumps next year, which is what we hoped last year, and it just kind of didn't happen. And I don't know. Maybe this is going to be one of those. It feels like you're all like as a fan, you're always wrong about the direction of your team. You know, maybe not, but it's last year. It felt like we were on the way. I was saying we might not lose a game. I was confident. I was real confident, and then it just kind of didn't pan out. And then, Colts fans thought they weren't going to sign anybody, and they got a couple big signings. I just don't know. Like, is Jair staying? That's obviously a big question, right? Because, right now it's being reported that they're not moving him at this time. What does that mean? Does that mean they're not moving him right now? Does that mean we've decided that until something changes, we're not going to move him? Because, I think if there's no other options, because if I'm correct, I don't think there's really anybody else that is really going to make a big difference right now. So I don't know what losing Jair would give to us in that situation. So I might I think once the Jair trade didn't happen very quickly, it seemed like we were probably waiting, and maybe we're waiting until the draft, right? And we're getting a little closer. And we're trying to eke a third out from somebody or something, but it feels like we're just gonna hold on to him. Is what I'm getting at. I gotta let a cat out the door. Give me a second. Yeah. It feels like he I don't know. I feel like the defense might not be good enough next year, but maybe it's like the team might not be good enough next year to actually win. I think we'll still be good in the scenario that we don't do anything. We'll still be good. We could still be very good, and we could still contend. I'm not suggesting that it's not possible, and that it's not. I'm not. Don't take me saying it's not possible. That's me being like, well, there's always, it's never impossible. The Browns go in the Super Bowl next year. You never know. They're not gonna, but the Packers actually could. I do mean that legitimately, that even with this roster, with Nate Hobbs and Aaron Banks and whoever we draft, that could win the Super Bowl. They could do it. I just would like to feel better about it. Now, on the flip side, because, I've been saying, assuming that this is it, because I was like, there's no more free agents, which is true. There aren't any more free agents. However, if last night I was looking at Packer accounts on Twitter. I don't know, like Andy Herman, like Ken Ingalls, like those guys. I don't remember exactly where it was. Yeah, look, Ken Ingalls saying Packers pass rush. I'm hearing things. Not dead yet. What does that mean, Ken? And then that is quote tweeted by Tyler Brook. I don't know. At Carmel High School? He's an Indy? What? I didn't know that. I like him. Cool. Maybe we're looking at doing something there with the pass rush, and with that's very vague. And then you ask yourself, what could that mean? What could Packers pass rush mean? Right? And who's left? Like Joey Bosa? Don't do that. I'm good. Don't bring in Joey Bosa. Let him go to San Francisco and get overpaid there. I don't care. But it seems like, I don't know, maybe I'm just wishful thinking, but it feels like it's probably Trey Hendrickson. He requested a trade. They're asking for a 2 or a 3 or something. I don't know. But surely they'll it'll turn into a bidding war. This has got to be it. It's got to be it. Like I when I say it's got to be, I don't mean like, well, this is the likely conclusion. I mean, for the Packers to have to feel confident about a real chance to win the Super Bowl, it's got to be Trey Hendrickson or something else that I'm going to get to in a second. But I don't. they want like a third or something, I'd give them the second and a 4. Give them the 1. Give them 23. I would give them 23. I don't care. I would give them 23 and a 4. 23 and a 3 sounds like a lot, but 23 and a 4 I would probably do for Trey Hendrickson, leaving us a second and a third to shore everything else up. That's not bad. That's not bad. And then I don't know if we trade Jair, maybe that. But I don't know. I don't know what Packers pass rush not dead yet could possibly mean, because we watched Milton Williams and Josh Sweat fall off the board. Other guys, Khalil Mack, that was before it started, but I got out of bed and I saw it like I slid out of bed, because I go, my bed's in like the corner, so I slide to the bottom of the bed. And then I saw the Khalil Mack re-sign. I just went, no! And Mac was asleep, and she freaked out because she thought I got hurt. It's my heart. Just Khalil Mack not coming to Green Bay. I said Mac. That's my wife. That's her name. But yeah, it feels like we're probably done, but it feels like there may be word that Trey Hendrickson is on the table. And if Trey Hendrickson is on the table, I think you gotta go for it. It's just you gotta go for it if it's there. And now the other one that I said I was gonna get to that I think would be fun, but I don't know, is the Micah Parsons thing. We've seen Jordan Love on the podcast with them. They're friends ish. I don't know, more than nothing. In the world where Micah Parsons is available, I am happy Jordan Love was on that podcast and talked to him. But it feels like to me, if Micah's going to get traded, it's gonna kill me. But I think he's gonna get traded to the Texans. Houston draft picks, because it's a lot. Houston draft pick 2025. I think it's a lot. The latest draft order. Okay. Did I make this up? I thought they traded. No, they traded for Diggs. I don't remember anything. I don't remember things. Even then, I think that they make sense after the Laramie Tunsil trade. I don't know how long I was silent just then. They just traded Laramie Tunsil. They got a 2 and a 3 back for Tunsil. The 2's next year. That gives them time to not have whatever they have to do take place now. If they want to trade for Micah Parsons, it doesn't have to happen before April 28th. And so I feel like it's Houston if he's gonna get traded, and I don't know. I've got a feeling, every sign points to him staying, and I understand that, but I've got a feeling he's not, and I have a feeling that if he's not, he's going to go to Houston, because it's good for him. It stays in state. Don't overestimate the power to not have to uproot everything, right? And even, not that Dallas and Houston are that close. How far away? I don't know. I'm not gonna look it up. Not that Dallas and Houston are very close, but it's so different moving thousands and thousands of miles away. So don't underestimate that. Houston has the draft picks to get him. That's the thing, right? Is that you have to be able to have the draft picks to go and get somebody while simultaneously having the amount of money to pay him. And I think that they probably do. I'm thinking off the top of my head, and I don't really know, I guess, because I don't know what the Texans salary sheet looks like, but they just flipped. I mean, like Diggs just expired. Got that money back. They're trading their linemen. They're trading Laramie Tunzel. All that Tunzel money back. They're still not paying C.J. Stroud. They don't have to pay Will Anderson. It seems like they probably have the money, so the money's not going to stop them. The money not stopping them, but still being a little tight and making the rest of it difficult is also not really in play. So like next year they can throw a bunch of picks at him. They can throw all the picks they want. No, I don't know. It seems like that makes sense. The other team that I feel like makes sense is Seattle. They just got all the picks for Geno and DK. Got an extra 2 and a 3, just like Houston did. Now they're paying a quarterback, not like an exorbitant amount of money. They're paying 33, 36 million, whatever it is. I what's frustrating about free agency day is seeing everybody putting out numbers that are different. Like I saw Sam Darnold 3 years, 110 million, and also Sam Darnold 3 years, 100 million. That could be like the 10 millions in like incentives, but I also people. I've very slightly become a reply person on social media, and I saw a person be like, "Oh my, the Packers aren't signing anybody for cheap and under 25, or any young players, anybody who's not young and cheap." And I was like, "Dude, they signed Paulson Adebo, or the Giants signed Paulson Adebo, who's 25 for 3 years, 30 million." And then everybody yelled at me because that wasn't true. It was 3 years, like 58 million. Just such a different contract. And I had no idea, and there was a bunch of people yelling at me, and I got scared. But yeah, it's just the numbers are confusing. Is what I'm getting at. Yeah, that's all. That's all I got. 17 minutes. Bye.